Some crafts are just meant to be doable and easy, and this is one of those. Today, I'm going to teach you how to make a stretchy flower crown that is really just for fun, for spring, for Shavuot parties. It's not the kind that you would wear at a wedding, it's really just for fun. But my goal was something that anybody can create kids, adults. It's super, super easy, no hot glue, no mess. So, we're going to start with some leaves that I simply trimmed off a fake floral bouquet. And then we took these leis from the dollar store. Now, this is a seasonal item, but you can get it from Amazon at any time. And these leaves are the kind that have different flat flowers strung together. And this is important because these are really, really easy to pierce through with a needle. And that is what's going to make this so craftable. So we're going to get it in at least two colors. I happen to have had a lot available from other crafts. And you're going to open them up and separate the leaves. Now, your best bet is really to start sorting them in advance, or you can do it as you go along. So we cut our elastic at about 36 inches. That was quite generous. The trick is to find the needle that has a large enough hole to easily fit the elastic through. Mine had a blunt needle, a blunt tip, just because that's what I had. And you're going to thread your elastic at the end, pull a few inches tail, and then you're going to just knot a couple of inches from the end. You're going to start by stacking a few flowers, poking through the existing hole first, because you might as well use that, and pulling it out a little bit. That's from back to front. So we layered two flowers, one small one and a large one in different colors. And then you're poking from front to back. Now, if your needle is blunt like mine, you might have to poke the layers separately, but usually two flowers I was able to do quite easily. You're going to string that and move it to the end. Now, there are two approaches to this. There's the random pattern and specific pattern approach. So this one has a specific pattern. I did like that one much better, so that's what I'm going to show in this tutorial. So here I reversed the order. I did a large blue and a small pink. And then your next one, you're going to continue with a leaf. So you're poking from back to front on the right half of the vein. Now this is a little bit harder. You can pre-punch these if you want for younger kids. And then you're going to continue the pattern of the flowers. So large pink and small blue. And you're going to string them on top. And then you're going to just poke your leaf again on the other side of the vein from front to back to make that kind of buttonhole stitch that we're doing all along. And again, if it's too difficult, you can either pre-punch it. I would recommend a 1/16 of an inch power punch if you want to do that. Um, or just poke it in advance with a sharper needle. My sharper needles did not fit the elastic, which is why I used a very blunt one. But if I can do this with a very blunt one, and yes, it is a blunt metal one, it would not work with a plastic one. But if I can do it with a blunt one, then you can definitely do it with a sharp one. And you can, like I said, for younger kids, you might want to pre-punch it, but I just did it as I went along. And definitely like tweens and teens should be able to do this as they go along. It's not that hard. The leaves are a little bit harder than the flowers, but it's really not that hard. The only thing different about the leaves that I did switch up is that every other leaf I pointed in different directions, but otherwise the flower follows the flower pattern and then the leaf goes on every third flower. And we continue this until we're satisfied with the length. Then we tie a simple overhand knot to complete the crown. Now you want to measure, make sure it fits and all that, but it's pretty forgiving. My daughter and I were able to wear the same crown. Mine ended up with a little bit of spaces in between because if you stretch the elastic enough, then, it shows spaces in between the flowers. So trim it and that knot will sort of disappear among all the flowers. And wear it and enjoy. This is such a fun little craft, so easy. Really hard for this one to fail. In the worst case, the kids just string it one and don't do that buttonhole stitch. I dropped a link to the blog post that has all the supplies, all the instructions, even a printable version of this craft in a recipe card in the description of this post. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, comment if you have any questions, and make sure to subscribe for more fun videos like this one.